Hello, I wanted to make a video today despite you're gonna hear my boys in the background. I haven't really gotten a chance to just make a video the past few days, even though I really want to because I've got some exciting insights to share from my one and only visit that I've had thus far with my new psychiatrist. So I'm going ahead and making a video anyways with the boys here. So I won't show them on camera, but you'll hear them. So I really wanted to just make this video today. Sasa, try the screwdriver. That might screw in. Yeah, yep, that's the screwdriver. Good. Okay. So in my first visit with my new psychiatrist, I learned that psychiatrists are supposed to go in depth with how their patient is sleeping. So sleep is a huge factor when trying to figure out diagnoses and methods of treatment. So in the past, I've seen one, two, bless you, baby. I've seen 1, 2, 3, 4. I've seen 4 psychiatrists since 2018. And well, not including the ones I saw when I was in the hospital, like the daily ones. You just go in the morning, first thing they ask, how are you feeling? Okay, try this. No, that's not a psychiatrist visit. That is just getting medicine. So I want to encourage anybody who's looking for a psychiatrist or who has a psychiatrist and may not know these things. Hi, sweetie. Yes. Hello. Hi. Are you chatty? Yes, you are. And raspberries. So, out of all the psychiatrists I've seen, they'll go through their questions during the first visit. So the first visit is always longer than usual, usually 45 minutes to an hour. My new psychiatrist is the first one who took more than that time. Again, she took 2 hours with me, and she said she takes more time with her pregnant or postpartum patients. And I'm so happy she did. I learned so much, and I'm filled with so much hope, and I'm beyond satisfied and impressed with this psychiatrist. So the other psychiatrists I've seen before, they'll go over and they'll ask about how much sleep do you get at night and do you have trouble sleeping. That's about it, and that's usually questions that even a physician or your OB will ask. And I didn't think anything of it because, I'm not a psychiatrist. I don't know how their job is done. But my new psychiatrist told me that they're supposed to go in depth with how you're sleeping, because sleep is actually a primary contributor to a lot of mental illnesses or symptoms of mental illnesses. So before she can officially diagnose me with things such as I don't know if I'm bipolar or not. So with that, my mood swings indicate more sleep deprivation than actual bipolar. So first what I have to do, because she went in depth and asked me how I'm sleeping, not just about how many hours a night are you sleeping and do you have disturbances. She went into depth asking me about the nightmares that I have. That's something else. So the other psychiatrists have always brought up my nightmares because I have very vivid, emotionally draining nightmares. As long as I can remember, that's just how I dream. So even from that, I'm always tired, and I thought because I'm not really resting because of nightmares. Do you see a little hand? Hello. Yes, he loves love. He loves people. My youngest. You are 8 months now. Yes, so that makes me 8 months postpartum, and see, I'm still having issues. So it doesn't end just after birth or the 3 months before you have to go to work. I'm still working on my postpartum issues 8 months out. Yes, hello. He's cuddling my hand. Yeah. I like your raspberries. He's been doing that this morning, raspberries. So I think that's his thing for the day. Oh. Yes. Is that right? Babies are the best. So she went into depth, like asking me like how I feel and like what happens in the nightmares and like my sleeping, snoring. I just, and I share with her, like, I feel like I just don't really rest. So it turns out that I might have sleep apnea. So sleep apnea is a sleeping condition. I'm familiar with it because my father has sleep apnea. And it's funny because I've always focused on my mother's side of the family because that's the only side of the family we know of conditions, definitely of depression. And my sister was diagnosed ADHD and bipolar. I have a brother who's autistic, another brother who's ADHD. So we only know mental health conditions from my mother's side of the family. We don't really have much from my father's. But we do know that my father has sleep apnea. So at least maybe, I don't know, maybe like 5-10 years ago, somewhere between there, I know he did get a CPAP machine, which is the only way to really treat sleep apnea other than, I guess there's surgery for it. But basically it's a mask that you wear at night. And as my husband puts it, I'll be Darth Vader. If it turns out I do have sleep apnea, I need the CPAP machine. So what sleep apnea is, I always knew it as like you stop breathing in your sleep. Actually, that's not what sleep apnea is. So this is me offering a little summary from what I learned from my psychiatrist. Sleep apnea isn't that you stop breathing in your sleep. It's that when you're sleeping, you're not breathing deep enough. So you're not getting enough oxygen in your blood and thus to your brain. So you're lacking enough oxygen in your sleep to go into those deep levels of sleep. So as my psychiatrist put it, my body is scared to let me go to sleep because if I actually go into those deep levels of sleep, I would die. I don't know if anyone's seen The Cruise, but die. And if you haven't seen The Cruise, you should watch it with your kids. Our kids love it. So anyway, anytime we say die, it's die in our house. So, yeah, so my body protects itself. My survival mechanism is to not go into those deep levels of sleep. So I'm actually not sleeping at all, which would, it explains a lot of things. Like my mind was blown with what my psychiatrist shared with me. So first of all, it turns out I might not actually be sleeping. So that's why and I this is one of my chronic frustrations is that I can sleep for a good 8 to 10 hours at night and even take a nap the next day and I am still tired. Not just I took a run tired, but exhausted. You've worked all day on your feet and you can't get a good night's sleep even then. Or parents, when you don't sleep the first 1 to 2 weeks, especially after having your newborn, especially mamas for pushing out the baby, that exhaustion, that's how I feel all the time. I feel, and it's not just tired, but sleepy. I could fall asleep in 2 minutes setting my head down. So that was one of my chronic frustrations. So this would explain that, I actually don't sleep. I don't get the rest that I need, which would also cause the moodiness. So think of your kids, when they need a nap. They need sleep to feel better because whenever we get tired, we get cranky. So how many of us who have the symptoms of anger or rage or irritability are actually just tired like our kids, and we're actually not getting the sleep that we need when we do sleep. So thus so that's why I might not be bipolar. It might be sleep deprivation. We have to figure out if I have sleep apnea first. And then if I do, I need to try the CPAP machine and get some solid rest before my psychiatrist can actually diagnose me and then figure out medicinal treatment. So first I need to sleep. But before I can do that, so what I've done is I have found a site called Lofta, LOFTA.com. I'll provide the link below. And the reason I wanted to make this video today is I did my assessment online. I did not need a physician. I didn't need to go to my physician to refer me because a lot of sites for what I'm getting is an at-home sleep kit. So what this one is, there's different kinds. It's a bracelet and then it has the little finger monitor thing. And it records all the information it needs while you're sleeping. And then I send the kit back. So that's how this site works. I filled out a sleep assessment, which was really easy. And then a physician reviews it and then approves if you need the sleep study kit to see if you have sleep apnea, and then it's shipped out. So this sleep kit from Lofta was $220 with 2-day shipping. So $220 is really a decent investment in something like this. It's a lot lower than even like in the lab sleep, the diagnosis for sleep apnea when you go to a sleep lab with insurance. So that's really good. So being able to cut out, the sleep lab, I know that cuts positions and things, but it does make it a lot more affordable and obtainable for people like me. Like, I don't have time for a physician, like to make my doctor visit, see my doctor, wait for the referral, and where I'm at right now, I've got to find a physician, but right now that would take forever. So this has saved me a lot of time. I'm getting my sleep kit tonight. I'm going to make another video showing the sleep kit, and before I take it, and then I'm going to make a video in the morning after I take it. And I'm going to just keep everybody updated. So I wanted to introduce this, that a lot of my conditions, so the irritability and not sleeping, so this is vital for the mental health. Going into those deep levels of sleep is whenever serotonin is broken down and processed in your body. Because when you're awake, you ingest the serotonin from what you eat, I guess, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not a professional. Again, I just do this as a hobby and passion, for now. But, so serotonin is what level 1 antidepressants help replace, or not help replace, but help your body keep, because some people's bodies just get rid of the serotonin. And these level 1 antidepressants help your body keep it. So my body isn't even producing it in the first place. So that's why with medications that I've taken, and they're different levels, I don't know how all this works. Again, I'm not a professional, I'm not a psychiatrist, but this is just my understanding. They weren't working because my body's just not getting in those deep levels of sleep to create serotonin. If I have sleep apnea, we have to figure it out. So I'm not yet diagnosed, but if I do have sleep apnea, this is what's happening. So because serotonin is not produced within my body, that would cause the depression. Well, not cause, but if I do have depression, it increases the depression symptoms, it increases the anxiety. And even my psychiatrist suggested that once I start sleeping, my anxiety might go away. And that would be amazing, because my anxiety has just been increasing like week by week, and for the past couple of months now. And it's just like, it's really hard to get through days. Like yesterday was a tough day. So my mind is blown. So my psychiatrist did say that I probably do need medication according to what I've shared with her. I don't have my official diagnoses yet. And that again is because we need to find out, 1, if I have sleep apnea, 2, I need to get the CPAP machine, which oxygenates you while you're sleeping to allow you to go into the deep levels of sleep. 3, I need to get some great sleep if I have sleep apnea and if I need a CPAP machine. And then I can follow up with my psychiatrist, and she can get a better idea of how much of my issues are sleep deprivation and how much of my issues are actually the conditions that I might have. So I wanted to share this video. I know I'm about 14 minutes now over, or 4 minutes over at 14 minutes. So I am going to follow up with my sleep, my at-home sleep lab kit tonight.